This is the Segway B110S, a 50cc equivalent, which means you can ride it on a pre-2001 driving license or a CBT. So this is one of the cheapest electric mopeds on the market. Super lightweight, comparable in price, to be honest, to most electric bikes in the market. So we're just going to run through the specs and let's just jump straight into it. So let's just talk about the size of the bike. So really lightweight. This bike only weighs 56 kilos. It's a 620 millimeter length and a 780 millimeter seat height. The wheels are actually different on the front and the back in terms of size. So the front wheel is a 12-inch wheel and the rear wheel is a 10-inch wheel. Also the lights are permanently on basically, so there's no settings for the light, there's no full beam, but they're bright enough, but yeah, there's no full beam basically. Okay, so let's talk about the battery, and we'll have a wee look at the battery. Right, so to open the compartment under your seat, you just pull the brake lever, press that green button, and then it pops open. And this is where the battery is. So this is a 48 volt, 30 amp battery. It's removable, so you can just pull that out. It weighs about 10 kilos. So you can charge it obviously out the bike, or there's a connector just around here, and you can plug the charger in there, and then that will charge it up through the bike. Charge time is 4 hours. Now range-wise, Segway quote 65 mile in range. Honestly, I think that's unrealistic. I think probably more like 40 to 50 mile in range. Right, let's talk about the power of this bike and the motor. Okay, so it's a hub motor just in the rear wheel. So it's a rated 1200 watt motor with peak power of 1800 watts, so 1.8 kilowatt. It's also got hydraulic disc brakes and hydraulic shock absorbers as well. They're just on the motor. So Segway use a company called QS, so it's a QS motor, which is one of the big players. It's kind of Bosch and then QS motors, so really good quality motor. You know, it's nippy, to be honest, you know, for a bike this size, but I think that's because it's so light. The acceleration is pretty impressive, you know. It's not going to blow you away, the acceleration, but you know, it's decent enough, it's nippy enough to get away from cars, get away from lights quickly. Let's have a look at the controls, and we'll talk tech. Okay, so the first thing to mention, to get the bike on, use a smart card to turn it on and to turn it off. And then on the dash itself, it's pretty simple, to be honest. We're actually running pretty low on battery here, but when it's fully charged, these lights come all the way around the dash, so you can see the empty and then full basically, so all the way around here. So that's your battery indicator, and obviously that's your speed will show here, and that's your how many miles you've traveled. Okay, so let's have a look at the controls. So you've got your indicators, you've got your horn there, and then on this side here, you've got your hazard lights. It's got cruise control as well, so it's got cruise control. And then this is your ready button. So this is the button that gets the bike into drive mode, into ready mode. There's no riding modes, so it is just one mode of riding. Most of it, to be honest, all our other mopeds, they have either 2 or 3 riding modes, like Eco, Dynamic, Sport. This doesn't. It is just one mode. What else do I need to tell you? So, and then down here, just to show you this, you've got a bag hanger and a little USB for charging your phone as well. It does have a seat sensor, which basically means it's a safety thing. So it basically means you have to, it's got a sensor in the seat, so it knows when you're sitting on it. So So when it feels the weight of you, obviously it allows you to go into ready mode, but if you're not sitting on the seat, the bike's not going to move anywhere. I think it's a good feature, it's a good safety feature, but you can deactivate it in the app if you want. So let's talk about the app, because with all Segway bikes, the app is really good, one of the best apps on the market. So let's just jump straight into that and we'll show you around the app. Okay, so this is the app. So first thing is you can turn the bike on and off via the app. Hold on. There we go. You can also open the seat. This is airlock. So basically, what airlock is, Segway have this on all their bikes. If you set it to airlock, hold on. If you set it to airlock, it'll know when your phone is within a certain range of the bike. And it means you can just come along and press the green button and turn the bike on, basically, so you don't need the key. What else we got here? So there's loads of security and anti-theft stuff. You can actually, if the bike gets stolen or your batteries get stolen, you can deactivate the bike. And obviously the main thing is the tracker. So it's got a GPS tracker, so you can see your location of your bike at all times. It'll also send you alerts if the bike gets if there's any unauthorized movement as well in the bike, with the bike. So there's loads of features in the app, loads of security, anti-theft technology as well. So that's the app. So that's the Segway B110S. I absolutely love this bike. I just think it's great value for money. You know, all the security and safety technology, the app, the tracker. It's also got motor lock security as well, which I forgot to mention. So there's loads of security stuff there. You know, if you're just looking for a cheap runaround, it's perfect. It's lightweight, 56 kilos. So if you're new to riding, or I think it's hard not to compare it to an electric bicycle in terms of price and also size as well. But if you are comparing the two, you know, you don't have to pedal it as one, but also electric bike's got a 250 watt motor, this has got an 1800 watt motor. And I feel like a lot of people that buy this bike, they are considering both. They're considering either an electric bicycle or an electric moped because they are comparable in price. But the other thing to mention as well with electric mopeds is, and just whilst we're comparing to electric bikes, is, you know, when you're riding an electric moped, you're taking your place in the road. You're not pushed to the gutter, so they're much safer when you're riding them as well. Finally, the color options. There's 5 different color options as well. You can see all the colors online, and then if there's anything we've missed, you can also jump over to flexelectric.co.uk where you can see the full specs. And if you're interested, you can reserve one for £99. One last thing to mention: 2-year parts warranty and a 3-year battery warranty.